Let me tell you something that's going to shake you up a little bit. Your 20 seconds are not the time to play around. They're not the time to scroll, complain, and wait for a miracle. Your 20 seconds are the foundation years, the years that decide how your 40 seconds will feel. If you spend your 20 seconds chasing comfort, your 40 seconds will be full of regret. But if you spend your 20 seconds chasing growth, your 40 seconds will be full of peace. Your 20 seconds are not just another decade of life, they are the foundation upon which everything else is built. These years carry an invisible weight, one that determines how the rest of your life will unfold. The truth is, your 20 seconds are not about having everything figured out. They're about building the version of yourself that can handle everything that comes later. This is the decade when habits are formed, character is tested, and direction is defined. It's not a time to chase comfort, it's a time to create structure for your dreams. The mistake most people make is thinking that their 20 seconds are a playground, a time to drift, to experiment endlessly, to live without responsibility. But while there's room to explore, there's also a need to build intentionally. Because what you build now, discipline, mindset, resilience, becomes the foundation that supports your 30 seconds, 40 seconds, and beyond. Think of your life like a house. Your 20 seconds are when you dig deep, pour the concrete, and set the base. If you skip that part or do it carelessly, the house won't stand strong, no matter how beautiful you try to make it later. These are the years when you must learn how to delay gratification. Everyone around you might seem to be moving fast, enjoying life, or showing off success. But comparison is a trap. Some people are building facades while others are building foundations. The difference doesn't show immediately, it shows over time. The person who invests their energy into learning, working, and improving will have stability when life gets harder. The one who wastes these years chasing momentary pleasure will face cracks in their future. In your 20 seconds, the most valuable thing you can do is invest in yourself. Read, learn, fail, try, fall, and get up again. This is not the time to fear mistakes, it's the time to make them wisely and grow from them. Every skill you learn, every connection you make, every discipline you build is another brick in the wall of your future. It's easy to say, I'll start later, but later has a way of turning into never. The habits you create now, how you think, how you work, how you handle challenges, are shaping who you'll be when you're older. You also learn to separate what's real from what's temporary. Your 20 seconds will test your patience, your faith, and your priorities. Some friendships will fade, some dreams will fail, but every ending will guide you closer to your purpose. This is when you find out who you really are, not who people told you to be. It's a period of self-discovery, but it must be guided by intention. Don't let the years slip by while you're trying to impress others. The time you spend understanding yourself, your strengths, weaknesses, and values will save you years of confusion later. Building a strong foundation means learning to work even when you don't feel like it. It means showing up for your goals even when no one's watching. Success doesn't come from a single big opportunity. It's the result of consistent effort over time. The version of you that wakes up early, works hard, saves money, studies, and refuses to give up is building something powerful, even if it doesn't look glamorous yet. Because one day, you'll wake up in your 40 seconds and realize that the effort you put in during your 20 seconds gave you freedom, financial freedom, mental peace, and emotional strength. Or you'll realize that the comfort you chose then cost you years of struggle. Now, the choice is being made every day, in every decision, in every moment. You either build or waste. Your 20 seconds are not a waiting room for life. They are the construction site of your future. Every day you work on yourself, you're laying bricks for a life of stability and fulfillment. So use this time wisely. Don't rush it, don't waste it, build it. Discipline over comfort, 3 words that can change your entire life if you truly live by them. Most people want success, but few are willing to pay the price that comes with it. Everyone dreams of becoming great, But greatness doesn't come to those who choose comfort. It comes to those who choose discipline when it's hard, when it's boring, and when nobody is watching. Discipline is doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. It's waking up early, staying focused, and pushing through discomfort when your mind tells you to quit. Comfort is easy. Comfort tells you to stay in bed a little longer, to take another day off, to start tomorrow. Comfort whispers excuses. You're tired. You deserve a break. You've done enough. But discipline speaks the truth. You've got work to do. You can be better. You owe it to yourself. The difference between those who reach their goals and those who stay stuck isn't talent, luck, or opportunity. It's the ability to stay consistent when it's uncomfortable. In your 20 seconds, this truth becomes even more important. These are the years when the world tries to distract you the most. Social media, parties, entertainment, validation, all of these things give you temporary pleasure, but still long-term peace. Discipline, on the other hand, might feel painful today, but it rewards you tomorrow. The hours you spend studying, working, training, or saving money may not give instant results, but they build a future you'll be proud of. Discipline is a muscle, and like any muscle, it grows through resistance. The more you challenge it, the stronger it gets. Every time you push yourself to stay focused, every time you say no to distractions, every time you finish what you started, you're building mental toughness. That toughness becomes the key to success later, because life doesn't get easier, you just get stronger. Discipline is what prepares you for that strength. Comfort, on the other hand, is deceptive. It feels good for the moment, but costs you in the long run. It gives you the illusion of rest, but really is slowing you down. Comfort will make you lazy, unfocused, and dependent on motivation that never lasts. Motivation fades, discipline stays. Discipline doesn't care how you feel, it only cares that you show up. The truth is, you can't have both comfort and growth. Growth demands discomfort. You can't transform your body without the pain of workouts. You can't build wealth without the grind of saving and learning. You can't strengthen your mind without facing challenges that stretch you. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It doesn't happen overnight. It's built day by day, choice by choice. Sometimes people misunderstand discipline. They think it means living a strict, joyless life. But real discipline doesn't kill your joy, it protects it. It keeps you from wasting time on things that don't matter so you can focus on what truly does. It gives you control over your emotions, your time, and your destiny. Discipline is freedom in disguise. When you're disciplined, you no longer depend on moods or motivation. You know what needs to be done, and you do it. That's real power. There will be days when you feel unmotivated, when your mind tries to convince you to rest, when everything seems slow and pointless. Those are the days that matter most. Because when you stay disciplined in those moments, you separate yourself from the crowd. Most people quit when it gets tough. The few who push through, they're the ones who rise above. In the end, comfort fades, but discipline compounds. The satisfaction of sleeping in lasts a few hours. The pride of success lasts a lifetime. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you're building a version of yourself that can handle anything life throws your way. The more you practice it, the more natural it becomes. So, if you want to succeed, stop chasing comfort. Comfort is the enemy of progress. Choose the pain of discipline now so you don't suffer the pain of regret later. Success isn't about doing extraordinary things once. It's about doing ordinary things consistently. Discipline is what turns ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. It's the difference between wishing and winning, between dreaming and doing. Every choice you make is either building your discipline or feeding your comfort. Choose wisely, your future depends on it. There's no such thing as the right time. Waiting for the perfect moment is one of the biggest lies we tell ourselves. We convince ourselves that when the timing is better, when we feel more ready, when circumstances are ideal, then we'll take action. But the truth is, that moment never comes. The people who succeed in life aren't the ones who wait for the right time. They're the ones who start with what they have, where they are, and make the time right through their actions. The idea of a perfect time is comforting because it gives us an excuse not to move. It allows us to hide behind fear, doubt, and procrastination. I'll start when I have more money. I'll begin when I'm more confident. I'll go forward when I feel ready. These words sound harmless, but they quietly destroy potential. Life doesn't reward waiting, it rewards action. The longer you wait, the further you drift from your goals. Opportunities don't pause until you're prepared. They pass by waiting for someone bold enough to grab them. The truth is, you'll never feel 100% ready. You'll never have perfect conditions. You'll never know exactly what will happen, and that's okay. Growth doesn't come from certainty, it comes from courage. The moment you decide to start, no matter how imperfectly, life begins to open doors that hesitation kept closed. Every step forward, even if it's small, brings clarity. Action creates momentum, and momentum creates progress. Think about it. Every person you admire, every success story you know, began with someone who took a step before they felt prepared. They didn't have all the answers, but they had the will to begin. The right time isn't something you wait for, it's something you create through consistency, effort, and faith. Waiting for the right time is just another way of giving fear control over your life. Fear disguises itself as logic, whispering, "not yet." But the longer you listen to that voice, the louder it becomes until it paralyzes you completely. Starting now doesn't mean being reckless. It means doing what you can today instead of wishing for a tomorrow that may never come. You might not be able to take a giant leap, but you can take one step. You can learn, practice, plan, and grow, but you must begin. Success doesn't happen in one big move. It's built on small, consistent actions that compound over time. Every expert was once a beginner who started before they were ready. When you take action, you learn faster than you ever could by thinking or waiting. You learn what works, what doesn't, what to fix, and what to improve. Waiting teaches you nothing. Doing teaches you everything. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes to begin because comfort grows stronger. Procrastination doesn't just steal time, it steals belief. Every time you delay, you reinforce the idea that you can't. But every time you act, you prove to yourself that you can. There will never be a perfect moment to chase your dream, start your business, change your life, or take that leap. There will always be obstacles, fear, doubt, uncertainty, lack of support. But if you let those things stop you now, they'll stop you forever. The right time isn't a date on the calendar, it's a decision in your heart. The decision to move, to try, to believe. One day, you'll look back and realize that all the moments you thought you weren't ready were actually the ones that mattered most. Because the right time was never about circumstances, it was about courage. Life doesn't wait, the world keeps moving, opportunities come and go, and time doesn't pause for hesitation. So stop waiting for the perfect time to start. Start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. The moment you begin, things will start aligning in ways you never expected. The path will become clearer, the lessons will come, and your confidence will grow. Progress doesn't begin when you're ready, it begins when you start. Every dream, every goal, every success story begins with one brave moment, the moment someone stopped waiting and started doing. So take that moment now. Don't let fear disguise itself as preparation. Don't let tomorrow steal what you can build today. The right time is not coming, you are already in it. Every small decision you make today is shaping the life you will live tomorrow. It might not seem like it in the moment, but every choice, what you do, what you avoid, what you say yes or no to, is building the direction of your future. The truth is, success or failure doesn't happen overnight. It's not one big moment that defines you. It's a series of small decisions repeated over time that quietly build the person you become. The life you'll live in 10 or 20 years will be the result of what you choose to do every single day right now. The problem is, we often overlook small decisions because they seem insignificant. Skipping a workout, wasting a few hours, scrolling, spending instead of saving, delaying instead of acting. None of these seem like a big deal in isolation. But success or regret is rarely the product of a single event. It's the result of repeated patterns. Just as one drop doesn't fill the ocean, one decision doesn't define your life, but millions of small ones do. Every time you choose growth over comfort, focus over distraction, or effort over laziness, you are shaping a future version of yourself who is stronger, wiser, and more capable. Your daily habits are your future in disguise. The books you read or don't read, the conversations you engage in, the people you surround yourself with, these choices determine your mindset, your confidence, and your opportunities. It's easy to think big dreams require big actions, but the truth is, big results come from small, consistent actions that compound over time. Just like investing a small amount of money regularly can create wealth in the long run, investing small bits of effort, discipline, and focus each day creates success that lasts. The smallest decisions are often the hardest to make because they don't bring immediate rewards. Waking up early today doesn't instantly change your life. Choosing to study instead of watch a movie doesn't make you successful overnight. But these tiny choices, when repeated over months and years, shape your habits, and habits define your destiny. The most successful people in the world didn't get there by luck. They got there by mastering the little things. They understood that every small decision was a vote for the kind of person they wanted to become. When you start paying attention to your daily choices, you begin to see how much power you actually have. Every time you decide to act instead of procrastinate, you build confidence. Every time you choose honesty over shortcuts, you build character. Every time you choose self-control over impulse, you build discipline. These small victories compound silently, and one day you wake up realizing that your entire mindset has changed. On the other hand, neglecting small decisions leads to slow decline. Skipping effort here, ignoring discipline there. It doesn't destroy your life instantly, but it weakens your foundation over time. One poor decision may not seem dangerous, but when repeated, it becomes a habit, and habits shape your identity. The danger isn't in one lazy day. It's in letting that day become a pattern. If you want to change your future, don't wait for some massive turning point. Change the small choices you make daily. Wake up a little earlier, spend 10 minutes learning something new, talk kindly to yourself, save a small amount of money, move your body, stay away from negativity. None of these things seem life-changing on their own, but together they transform your life. Every great life is built brick by brick, decision by decision. You're constantly building your future, whether you realize it or not. The question is, what kind of future are you building? One built on focus, consistency, and purpose, or one built on distraction, delay, and excuses? Every time you choose the harder but wiser path, you're placing a brick in the foundation of your success. So don't underestimate the power of the small things. They are not meaningless. They are the blueprint of your destiny. The life you dream of won't appear out of nowhere. It will be built by the hundreds of small, unseen choices you make every single day. Choose wisely, because your future is being written right now in the quiet, ordinary moments that seem to matter least, but actually matter most. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of the process that creates it. Every person who has ever achieved something meaningful has failed often more times than they can count. The difference between those who make it and those who don't isn't that one group never fails, it's that one group learns from failure, while the other lets it stop them. Failure is not a sign that you're weak or incapable. It's a sign that you're trying, that you're growing, that you're stepping outside your comfort zone where real progress happens. The truth is, No one succeeds without falling first. Every success story has a hidden history of rejection, mistakes, and disappointment. Yet, most people fear failure so much that they never even start. They want guarantees, they want perfection, they want certainty, but that's not how growth works. The process of building anything worthwhile, whether it's a career, a business, or a strong mindset, comes with setbacks. Those setbacks are not barriers, they're blueprints. They show you what doesn't work so you can discover what does. When you fail, you're not starting over from zero, you're starting over with experience. Every failure carries a lesson about timing, strategy, patience, or resilience. Each one adds to your understanding of what it truly takes to succeed. People who avoid failure often avoid learning. They live safely within their comfort zones, never realizing that failure isn't the end of the road, it's part of the journey. The road to success is paved with mistakes, but each mistake builds your strength, sharpens your skills, and shapes your character. Failure also teaches humility. It reminds you that success isn't owed to anyone, it must be earned. It makes you appreciate hard work, and it separates those who truly want it from those who just like the idea of it. When you fail, you're faced with a choice, give up or grow up. If you give up, failure wins. But if you grow up, if you take responsibility, learn, adjust, and try again, failure becomes your greatest teacher. In your 20 seconds, failure can feel personal and painful. You might think it means you're not good enough or that your dreams are too far away. But in reality, these early failures are shaping you. They're building the mindset, the endurance, and the patience you'll need later. Think of every failure as a brick in the foundation of your future. You can't build something strong without laying those bricks, even the cracked ones. Each one has value. The biggest mistake people make is letting failure define them instead of refine them. Failure doesn't mean you're done. It means you've discovered one more way that doesn't work. It's not a stop sign, it's a signal to adjust your route. The pain of failure is temporary, but the lessons it gives last forever. Every time you get up after falling, you become tougher, wiser, and more confident. That's the power of resilience. It's built only through failing forward. Success feels good, but it doesn't teach much. Failure, on the other hand, teaches everything: persistence, problem solving, self-awareness, and humility. Without failure, success has no depth or meaning. The people who appear confident and unstoppable today were once uncertain and afraid, but they kept moving through failure after failure until they turned experience into wisdom. So don't fear failure. Use it. Let it shape you, not shame you. Let it remind you that every mistake is progress in disguise. The only real failure is refusing to try again. Every great builder stumbles while building. Every great story includes struggle. When you fall, you're not breaking, you're becoming. Every setback you face is preparing you for a greater comeback. Every closed door is guiding you toward a better one. Failure is not the end of your journey, it's the foundation of it. Embrace it, learn from it, and keep building. Because one day, when you succeed, you'll realize that every failure was actually a brick in the path that led you there, and you couldn't have built without it. In today's world, it's easy to get caught up in appearances. Everywhere you look, people are chasing the image of success, the clothes, the cars, the vacations, the followers. But what truly matters isn't what people see, it's what's inside. Building your lifestyle without building yourself is like decorating a house that has no foundation. It might look good for a while, but one storm and it all comes crashing down. The truth is, real success doesn't start with what you have, it starts with who you are. Building yourself means focusing on what can't be taken away from you. Your discipline, mindset, skills, and character, these are the things that sustain you when life gets hard. Your lifestyle is temporary. It depends on circumstances. But who you are inside determines whether you can survive those circumstances. You can lose money, friends, or opportunities. But if you've built yourself, you'll always